All right, we're back. So this is the TT2 Reshape. So this glove was sent in, it was already broken in. It was broken in pretty single hinge, and we've decided to kind of change it up a little bit and give it a nice little box break in. So it's got definitely two hinges, thumb and pinky, independent. And this is a really good solution the way that we broke this in. If you have a glove that you buy used, or just a glove that didn't break in well, you can always re-dip it. You know, you do want to be careful. If it's already really soft, you probably don't want to dip it again. But if it still has some stiffness to it, you're going to be just fine dipping it. So this is nice and ready now. It came out really, really good. So I'm excited about it. Check it out. Tell us what you think about it in the comments. But we're stoked on how these TT2s can be broken in a little bit deeper, and actually they work really, really well when broken in with a dual hinge kind of deeper break-in. So we're stoked on them, and hopefully you are too. Check it out. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is a TT2 that is half broken in, and it's been broken in to go like that, so you can see. And what we're going to do today is we're going to show how we reshape a glove that's already semi-broken in, like this one. And you know, if you can see inside a little bit, there's like a little bit of a crease here. And see if we can get that out. And we're going to go from a traditional type of grip with our finger up here. Pinky finger is more like up here. We're going to move it down, and we're going to go two in the pinky, finger out, finger over index, and kind of just get more of a deep shape going. So let's get right into it. No reason to wait. So we're going to go in. Time is going to be, again, determined by the saturation. So I'm looking through into the water right now just to see you know, how quickly does the leather saturate, and then as soon as we have an even saturation, we'll pull it. So we're still see some areas that haven't soaked in the water. And again, we're doing even saturation because even saturation typically results in a more even dry, which is important. This glove was preconditioned a little bit. Was sent to me by Dennis over at Turn 2 Glove Works, which is up in Marin County area, up in San Francisco. He does a fantastic job. Does great break-ins, relaces, full repair. So definitely check him out if you're up in the Bay Area. Great guy to work with. So thanks, Dennis, for sending this glove in and allowing us to work on it. So typical of tan laces, you're going to see in the water some color. Usually that color, though, does not end up seeping into gloves. So we do untie all of the knots. We're untying the knots because the knots hold extra water, and we don't want extra water to potentially sit in the lace. It damages the laces. So if you have like a knot end right here and it's tied, it can hold water against like a camel glove. And so that would be the situation that you know, we don't want to have. So first thing, test, fit, and see, you know, what do we want to do here. Definitely want to flare that thumb out a little bit, and definitely want to bring this up. And so the first thing I do is kind of just fold over on the web and then fold my thumb down to where we want it to meet. And we'll go thumb to right in between pinky and ring on this guy. And I want to get a nice little bend here with the web. This is a little softer because it's already been like half broken in. And then I'm going to put a little bit of time here real quick just grab a little bit of water from the bucket and see if we can get this crease out that's on the inside. Just so we have a nicer palm surface. Probably doesn't mean anything either way, but if we can get it out, you know, why not? So I think we're ready to pound. Really it all starts with, I like to widen the palm a little bit. My TT2 has a pretty wide flat palm, right? So and then we'll go with our pinky side, vertical hinge. We're kind of just manipulating it from here to there a little bit. We even might go here just to make this pinky hinge be able to move independently and go straight up like that. Same thing with the thumb. If you hear a metallic sound a little bit when I'm banging, we're just on a Harbor Freight work stand here with a tabletop from Home Depot. So it can be a little bit of a ringing noise. Maybe we'll get a wood trunk at some time, but I'm pretty tall, so finding one that's as big as I want is super heavy and pretty expensive. So if anyone has a hookup on tree trunks, let us know. We love a solid wood one, but for now this is working, and my kid sat on it so it's bent in the front, but it works. So maybe we'll get a new one at some point, but it's working for now. So now I just kind of shape the fingers. I do a lot of the work by hand, and then I definitely want to get this palm fold over so I can roll it like this, especially while it's wet, and loosen it up. That's just going to make the overall glove perform a little bit better. You can see the shape that we've got, you know, thus far. So that's what it's looking like. And then we haven't thrown the ball yet, so we're still just kind of feeling it out. But I think it's about time to get a couple ball throws in and finish it up. But this being a reshape, it was already soft, so it doesn't take a ton of time to get these ready for the next step. So when I throw the ball, I like to throw it in the heel first. To make sure that we can receive the ball from this angle. You know, we know we're going to get a good pocket using the break-in ball, but we want to make sure that it works kind of, you know, everywhere. So I call the balls the mallet that you can throw because, you know, it hits it hard like a mallet, gives you a smooth surface to your palm like a mallet, but the difference is the effect of closing the glove as the ball impacts. And so that's what really helps form the palm shape. If there was any one tool I would use exclusively, it's the ball. So I can actually use the ball to do almost everything. So if I'm off site at an event and I just have a couple balls in the bag, I will use the ball exclusively as my break-in tool. And then of course the hammer works extremely well when you have a shop and you want to process gloves. I have a break-in machine. I don't use it. Sort of wish I didn't buy it, but you know, it is what it is. I like the hammer. We'll smooth out the palm. Make sure we get an even surface. This J-Tan leather TT2 is not a Horween. It dries pretty nice, pretty consistent. So you never had any issues with this leather from Rawlings. Pretty consistent. Definitely gets a nice feel to it once it's fully dried and broken in. It's kind of a nice standard leather, not too stiff, not too soft. So I think we're done. We will hang her up and hang her to dry. Let's talk about that real quick. So I use these little hangers right here, and I go in one always inside here on this side and one on this side, and that will not stretch out your wrist. And it won't stretch your laces, won't stretch your web. So some people I've seen hanging from the web, I would hang from the wrist. That's what I was taught. It's worked well for me. So hopefully it works well for you. This is the Rawlings TT2 Reshape, and post dip it was pretty dry. So I decided to do a full condition. So I did a Renapure, and that's soaked in for about 24 hours at this point. I think I did it, yeah, did it last night. So tonight's tonight. So it's Saturday, I did it Friday. That was my big Friday night conditioning gloves. So I just know I have a big social schedule out here. So check it out. Being a Reshape, it's already pretty soft. So I didn't feel the need to put it back in the steamer, and as I was conditioning it, I got to doing some of this, right? And so that's all I did to wake it back up, and you can see the shape. I mean, pretty awesome, nice and deep, especially for like a TT2, instead of being so flat. Still pretty wide, and definitely snappy. So fun glove to work on. Throw the ball. Big ball first, and then let's see what it looks like with a baseball. I think I have a, there you go, MLB practice ball. You can see how it's closing, and pretty awesome. So, this glove, I didn't like the way it closed before. Dennis, who sent it to me, was looking to get something a little bit different shape-wise, so it was kind of like this before. Now it's like this, so from here to here, and just a lot snappier. You can see inside I was trying to get rid of this crease right there, but I couldn't get it all the way out. So it is what it is. It doesn't affect the function. It's inside the palm. But cool glove. And definitely Reshapes. Really work well. Just be careful. Like if the glove's super soft already, I would not dip it again. If it's kind of soft, you can, but it'll come out softer. So this is definitely, I wouldn't say ultra soft. It still has a very stiff heel, but this is nice and game ready. So if you want to take your glove, you don't like the shape, and re-dip it, go ahead. Rawlings TT2, a fan favorite, that's for sure, and it's a lot of fun working on this one. So there we go.